So I can put the light like that, and then you see a haze. So what is the light doing? The light is doing something. Welcome. Who is here? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Should you be here? Should you be wasting any time? And you know what? Sometimes I talk too much and say very little, unless you can't follow the story. Are you here for the story? Well, when you come here, sometimes it's all about the story. Then, unless I prepare your mind to understand how I see, then how can you see? Where will your interest be? So I have to try and make this as entertaining, as funny, as silly, as poetic as possible. What I do is mathematical poetry, word poetry, dot to dot, connecting dots and not necessarily having the value of what is Morse code. What is a dash and a dot? Lines and dots, X's and O's. Do we take them for their true value? When you have the Mayan count of dot, 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 you have 3. The Mayan count of dot, dot, you have 2. And ironically, the dot, and you have 1. Now, how far apart are these dots? How can we compare them to this or to this? Or are there languages, like in Hebrew, where they use dot, dot, dot? Now, how come, I mean, if I use 2 dots that are really close together, what will it look like? 2 dots very close together. You know, would it be a dot over here, right? But let's say the letter is, let's say this is the letter. That would be in the center of the letter. Well, let's say the letter was the letter I and the dot would be over here. Or what if it was the small I with the U? I plus U equals J. So this is 21 and 9, and it is reverse R, and the reverse of this one is F. But in reality, if you separate the alphabet to A, E, I, O, and U, okay, when you reverse the I, you reverse back into I. And the ironic thing about that is 36, or let's use 63, 21, and 12, 12, 21. They invert to what makes perfection. 18 and 9 equals 27, the house of Bate. They're 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 3, will equal to 2. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. The E world in the house of Bate. 9, 9, 3, 3, 27, 9, and 5. And not for any purpose, but the inverted of 32 happens to be 54, 9. Love in the sun. So what happened, what I'm trying to explain over here in this situation, is that I comes into I the same way as these two over here. Well, this is R and I, and they are in the same family, 9 and 9, although R is 1 times 9 and I is 0 times 9. Because we're not going to multiply 9, we're just going to hold on to 9. And here we're going to have, sorry, this is 2 times 9. And then this would be, sorry, 1 times 9. Here's 1 9, here's 2 9s. This value is 18, this value is 9. The letter S is the 19th letter. The IT system birth is through 29. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 189. I know that number. I know that number. 63 times 3 equals 189. And it's going to come up more often than not because it talks about itself. So why I started this is because the invert vowel of U is A. So when you have this AU, which is gold, then you automatically have AI. So what I wanted to talk about in this is how we get artwork out of pieces and parts. Thank you, Anna. Just saw it on your page. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put up paint. And then I'm going to paint this over here. I just have to watch myself do it. And then if we were live, I would ask myself, first I'm going to resize it to 150. And what's going to happen here is if you want an octagon or you wanted a square, let me see if we can do this. Right? See that? And that. And that. And that. That's not a square. We cut it in between over here. Let me see if I can get this. Maybe I can use dark black or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to use black. And I think I'm going to make this way bigger so I can see it myself. Let me see. Right, so what I was trying to show in this, you notice the way it's that white color in the background that's making me miss everything, right? So let me put a little bit of black here. Okay, so I can dull that out. Do I have any light I can reverse? So what I'm going to do now is, where is the square? How do I find, I'm going to show you. How do I find a square? Right? How do I find a square? This is 1,000 over to 3,000. That's 2,000. And there we got 200. So 300 and 200? No. 300 and 300, we got a square. So all of a sudden I know my square is right over here. Right? See where that dot is in the center over here? There's a little dot. That's the center of my square. So I have to understand how to break down, okay, what's going on inside of here for area and coordinate space. If they use this musical piece, right, and you have one area space here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, have 12 area spaces. They have 7 letters in 12 area spaces. A, B, C, D. There is no E. A, B, C, D. A, B, skip, C, skip. C, it should have been D, skip. E, skip. F, F. Now, we supposed to skip and go, right? What's supposed to be here, instead of going skip G, you're going to the next G. And then from G, you're skipping to A. So we have to understand why they're putting this here. There's something a little bit more. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into it right now. Just to note that if I continued with the black, right? I'm going to continue with the black. I'm going to have to take one black and put it here, right? And then I'm going to have to get, where is that in between area space? You see, there's an area space right over here. Right over here is the area space, but I can go right up to that one there, and I can bring it down to that one there. You see the way it cuts through here, and it cuts through here. It has to cut through vertebrae. If it doesn't cut through those vertebrae, we can't section it off. Like if you take a look at this, you can see the way this one is going all the way down this way. Are they going up? Are they going down? Which way are they going? Can you see the interdimensions? So what do I do? And I spoke a lot about this piece over here. I create a little bit of artwork. Not only do I create artwork, I create the artwork through the words, through the letters. The letter R is a piece of art. You just have to give it a little bit more form. I also give it a little dimension as the 18th letter. 18th letter. Now, if we base this on the 26 letters of the alphabet, and each one in a row, or if we reconfigure the alphabet based on what is 360, how should we be configuring the alphabet? If we're using 24 letters, we can base it, hey, 24 letters at 24 letters a day. 26 letters, there's 2 more letters than what is the hours in the day. The hours in the day, the 24 hours in the day has a separation. It creates separation. It's 24 hours. 2 times 4, okay, equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. They are the separation. Just give me 1 second. They're the separation between what is the 7th gate. When you go to the game of craps, if you open up the computer, look for games, go to the game of craps, you'll see they'll always be saying when they play the game on video and you listen to them at the table, you know, everything they say in that game is towards that interdimensional universal connection. When I say universal connection, although it doesn't have that meaning in this world as to how it was created, it's actually, we play a game in this world We call it the game of craps, and everybody's at the crap table in French going, yo, élève, yo, élève. Well, I'm an English person, and when I used to hear the word élève, it means student. Student of the seventh gate. Now, why the seventh gate? Well, first of all, it is the entity, ST, as in first, as in gold. Okay? If you want to use the word dent, we'll have to think about the first letter. And S and D are the first two letters. How about your SD card? The D is number 500. We get 500 for free parking. We have to land on free parking to get what's in the center. Where was I? Wow, I lost my place. So, yes, student. So it's student, period. It's just a student. So when you go to the, to say this, and they say 11, now 11 is the student. So now I say 11, and the word 11 equals to 63. E-L-E-V-E-N. Now I got even. The student is even. Means holds no number 1. If you hold no number 1, even's an odd. 1 is odd. 2 is even. That is even. That is even. That is odd. All I have to see is the 1 in the center. 1 and 2. A and B is C creation, which is inverted to D creation. When you start the end with D-E-N-T, ending with T, using it again as the capital, is another gateway in gematria, the house of the seventh gate. Because when you add up the alphabet, okay, in gematria, it doesn't go higher than 7. Now, if you look online and go to roulette, and you look up roulette orphelin, or orphan roulette, it will show you a racetrack of numbers. There'll be 3 numbers equaling to 57, 3 by 19, the moon AI, and there'll be 5 numbers equaling to 75, which is a total of 5 by 15, 15 being Mars, 515, 74 energy, 74 matter, 51 Mars, 15, 1/4 of time, 1/4 evaluating to the numeric value of Earth, 52, or what they call the Jack, J-A-C-K, the 10th letter in the alphabet, but it is the 11th card in the deck. It is also a value of number 10 when you're playing the game of 21. That's where the cube dots come in. Jack is also a configuration of what is the mirror of creation in A, B, C, D, being 1, 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, D being 4, totaling of 10. The 10th letter is J. Hey, J, but your name is now John. It's not Jack, it's J. Does it have to be Jack? Does it have to be John? The numeric value for John, if I remember correct, is the same numeric value for Jesus. Inverted time, 47. John, J10, O15, 10 and 15 are coming together. The mirror comes together with the E world. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals to 15, which is the O. So you went up all the way to E. You went in between what we were already taught is our numeric vibration, 2, 3, and 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So you can have IV coming into the game. The 22nd and the 1st and the 9th letter equaling to 31. And where do I get this? Roman numeral V and 1 equaling to what is 6. And the numeric value for Mars is 5 and 1, 51 for Mars, 22 and 1, 31. Now 13, 31 plus 13 equals to 57. 31 plus 13 plus 31 equals to 75, equals to what is in the orphan roulette, 57, 75. So I'm showing you all these connections, how the moon is connected to what is the roulette number game, which is the total of 57. There are 3 numbers, 57, 3 by 19, or 19th letter is AI. The invert of the 19th letter is the H. 8 and the 19th letter, when you use these to the alphabet, what you're going to end up with is S and H. So S is 19 and H is 08. Now the ironic thing about that is, first of all, what is your first 8? 08. Then your 178, your 268, your 358, and then your 448. So when your 448 comes out, it now dignifies to area space, where your 35 dignifies to where the divided gates are in the spirit of 76, which is the house, H-O-U-S-E, equaling to 68, and planet equaling to 68. Note how planet ends in E-T in the house of bet, B-E-T. So take away the B and put the net. So you have plan and then you have net. That's where 10 comes in, because the ending of what planet it is 10. Planet, although is 68, 10 is 39. So you take away the 39 from 68, you end up with the 29 and 60 and 29, and you take away the 39 from the 68, you end up with 29, and 39 equals the 68. 29 is the IT system birth in the sun, numeric value 5 and 4, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. The reason for that is because the numeric value to the word sun, which connects to Venus because of the 3 letters totaling of 81, the reverse alphabet is 27, A1, Z26, being that sun is 3 letters, 3 by 27 equals to 81. So the numeric value for sun, for love, and I think not birth, birth is the same numeric value for the moon. Love, birth, the moon, the sun, 54 and 54. So now we have this going on. We have Venus. The numeric value for Venus, okay, is 81. So what it is Venus, okay, is 2 times plus 1 time the value of what is the sun. And it is 5 letters, and the sun is 3 letters. I'm going to try to explain it. Is that the sun is numeric 54. So that is, if you went 2 times 27 to get into the sun, you would go 3 times 27 to get into the value of what Venus is. And the word sun, it would be 3 times 18. So you would end up with the letter R, and 27 and 18. 27 and 18. The 27 is the house of Bait, and it is the spirit in the heavens of the house of Bait. And I'm going to show you this for what reason, is that 2 and 7 is inside of 1 and 8. It becomes 1, 2, and then 8, 7. So you have what is AB to what is G and H. This one sounds in the letter of F, and this was, well, it stays the same as AB unless you put CF, which CF, okay, is now 3 and 6. That 3 and 6 comes in right over here, the house of Bait. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, infiltrates itself inside of what this number is, the creation in the house of Bait. 19, inside of 19 is what is the cycle? 28. If I had to look at this cube and find 28, the only 28 I can find is right here. The 8 void to the 2 dots, because there is no 2 dot void on this, other than a difference in understanding that when you see this dice, this actually gets filled in. So here's a true 2 void. I'm not sure if I want to use this one or go to my true 2 void here. This 6 will create what is the H and the I. 6 equals that. Although I think they call it box cars. Right? Box cars. We have to think about it a little bit more. So box, cube, ox is 266. It is what? It connects the 7th gate. And car, you can call it the arc, which is 19 and 3, 22 plus 19. I like to look at it that way. So what I do is I design letters, right? And when I design stuff sometimes, so let me show you this. So right here in this design, like I showed you before, that'll be the famous word for Taylor. Now you can see the way it goes up, down, and I can probably put, well, not that. You know, I can probably put something like that. Let me make that a little bit smaller. And you can just like try and figure out what you can do with the design, you know, if you can maybe make a road map or something, I don't know. Like, you know, what if I would have changed the colors a little bit, like this color over here, right? Like this one over here, right there. Right? What if we change it to black? What would it look like if it was black? Or if it was yellow? Or if it was green? All right, can we do that? And can we make another one just like that? And you know, if you stand it up this way, they look like spades, right? And if you want, there's a chance, right? You can split it right over here. Where did I, just let me see where I did that. Hold on, let me just take this piece. I want to turn it, just 1 second. Doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. Okay, so just let me do it this way, and I'm going to show you that this sort of looks like, not a pyramid, it looks like a pyramid without the point on top, right? And then this over here sort of looks like a teacher came, this one over here looks like there's like a teacher. And then the face that goes across. And then over here, in this spot over here where the T comes in, right? But if you take a look, they're two back-to-back C's. So if these are two back-to-back C's, can I turn a C upside down and say it's a C or a U? Or if I put them back to back, can it create the letter I? Look at the number. It creates a number 18. Number 18 over here. 11 and 18, 1, 1, 1, 1. What are these triangles? What's going on in the triangles now? So this is what I do. I create a little bit of art. I just need to understand my color coordination right away. And this word over here is Taylor. And like I said earlier on in the video, for those who just jumped in right now, I'm going to create different divisions inside of these musical notes, following the obligations of the lines that already exist. And, okay, you're working from a central point here. What if we had a secondary point right over here? And another point, one here. Sorry, let me do that again. We have 1 point here, and 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 there's another point here, and there's another point here, and another point here. And not only are there all these points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's also the crossing points, okay? And there's a crossing point over here. See, this crossing point got interfered with. There's a crossing point here. There's a center point here, but there's no crossing point. There's a crossing point over here. There's no crossing point here. And that's when I connect. See these two lines? When I can connect and draw a straight line this way, I can create more crossing points. And then we're going to do this over here. Cross, 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 cross. See, here's those only two. Here's three. Cross. Here's three. Cross. You don't have to count the two. I think we can let them out. See, here's the three. So we'll cross. Here's the three. We'll cross. Here's two. Here's three. We'll cross. Here's three. We'll cross. And then we'll go down this way. We cross at 3. We cross at 3, 2. We cross at 3. We cross at 3. We don't cross at 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. See, here's only a 2. Here's a 3. And yeah, there's a 2. Maybe I shouldn't have done that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's only 8 over here in this one. And let me see, is there anything else in here? Yeah, there's this one over here. Just give me a second, my camera's frozen. There's this one over here. And this is Geneva. The letter G is right over here. The letter G, I'll just see if I can brush it. The letter G, whoop, that's not even big enough. Here's the letter G. You can't see it. Let me do it a little bit different. Do it in white. Here's the G. No, let me get into letters. No, we don't want to do that either. Hold on a second. How am I going to do this? Oh, here, I got it. Here's the letter G, right? And then here with that, whoop, that's G. And then over here, well, I can't do it this way, right? Here is, no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to get the paintbrush. Here is G, and then here is E. Oh no, here is G and here is G. I did it backwards, right. Right, I did it backwards. Okay, I'll have to do it forwards. Maybe you should just skip over this. G, E. This is G, E, and this is N. Geneva. That's what it says. G, E, N, E, V, A. I think that's what it says. Hold on a second. Let me see. G. No, this one's upside down. Hold on. Okay, this is right side up. This is facing it. So here's G, E. G, E, and then the N goes like this, and like this. Then the E is over here, and then the V starts here, right? The V. I start here with the V, and I go over here. And then below it is the A. So these two, the inverted, point to the top over here, is both the G and the A. Anyways, I guess I'm a little tired because I'm lingering on. I haven't said much in the last 5 minutes, but I said a whole lot during the video. So all these numbers that I told you, and if you want me to get back to you, that the end result is as the student, as number 11, yo 11. In the game of craps, they scream out yo 11. And the word 11 equals to 63, which is a fabrication of 77. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7, equals to a total of 63. 7, student. 11. We are the birth 9. Okay. We are the student 11. Why 11? They call us yo 11. The word 11 says that, and 11 also stands for student. Student 11 equals to numeric value of what is 63, which is fabricated from what is 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. Not only that, that 77 is also noted to be matter, and the word ending in ter equaling to earth. And when the M comes together with AT, it's M, and it is the at sign. So it is somewhere, it is M. M Roman numerals is valued at 1,000, which is a multiple of 3 worlds, 10 times 10 times 10. The reason I say that, or it's full formation, is that until you reconnect your formation, it's always 3. You reconnect it with the 4th one, the back door. You open the door to the 3 walls, if you want to look at it that way. So Roman numerals M is 1,000, which is 10, 10, 10. And 10, 10, 10, which is 30, as well as it is 1,000. The D letter, okay, is worth 500. And we mirror, right? We mirror at 4. Now, if we mirror at 4, how does M have anything to do with D? Well, M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3 is 4. It's your first spirit of creation. It is not noted as 10, but it adds up to 13. We must include inside the word, right? We must include inside the word JA, JB, JC, JD, and JE, which is I. And then it says I am, because it is all of. It only starts to change at 13, okay? And where they say the teen, and it also changes at 12, because 12 and 13, it says something different. What happens when you get to, why I went to 15 is that in Hebrew, when you say 16, you're going to go 9, okay, and 6 as 15. You're going to say tet vav. And then you're going to go 9 and 7, okay, which is going to be tet zayin. And 9 and 7 is your birth in the gateway, your birth to 13. You must complete into the mirror world, okay, 9 plus 4 into the mirror world, right, in order to to be able to get to 13. D, A, B, C equals to 6. Once you add D to that, okay, U equal to 10. And 1 plus 0 is 1, so you've now flipped yourself over. And you do that because the only 180 degree, or one of the 380 degrees, are between what is 3 and what is 4. On the outside of that is 5 and 2, and the outside of that is 1 and 6. Give me a second. So we're going to end the video right now, or I'm going to try and finish it, but I have to express myself, you know. When I come out here, and I'm not live right now, when I come out here, it takes so much out of me. I mean, spiritually, it depletes me. I don't feel the love, you know, the participation that we can get together as a community to start to what I believe is what it is. The truth of its own passion, of its own fashion, sorry. My passion is the truth of what I get out of it. I mean, it is true that, I mean, yes, you can play with words, but to a child's eye, you know, somebody who's no diplomas for this, okay? We don't want you to think like everybody else. We want you to think outside the box. I like when I look at my computer screen, I like my background right now. I'm seeing like that. See what can happen when you make a little design and you add a little bit of a twist to it. So now what I'm working on here is red, and I can put it face to face, but I decided to move one letter over the top. Or should I do it another way, and like these 3 diamonds, right? 1 diamond here, and then 1 diamond here, and then 1 diamond here. Now the thing is, none of these diamonds are on top of each other. The reality sets in that none of these are on top of each other. It's 3 sections separately. But then when you look at it, right, you end up with 1x, 2x, 3x, and 4x. You can, 4x, right? Now, if you think of 4x, you might think of money. Then you end up looking at this. When I connected that together, then you see an E over here, okay? But you don't get that over here. So now you see a shin. And here's the other thing before I go, I just wanted to mention that if I take 2 letters and put them together, that let's say I should put 2 letters together like I did here. R. And this is an E, but I didn't finish it. And I put R and E over here. So when I connect the E and D together, what happens when I connect certain letters together? When I connect the E, and depending on which way you want to do this way, or we are going to, I'm just going to see if I have this properly. The H doesn't do it. Hold on a second. Well, I'm getting a little tired, so we're going to stop it. When I put EC together, it looks like it creates an I. It's almost like the letter I was created from other letters. In fact, I believe some other letters, by overlapping, you're going to create other letters. Like here, I created an X, but I overlapped 2 letters. Are there any other? I don't know. I'm just going to put a word together and let's see what I end up with. H. I have to go by 2. E. L. See how short it is for L? I can't go 2 because it'll be 2 by 2. Then the real way for an L to come out, right, properly, would have to be when I'm going 3 high. And can I go 3 high with all my letters? H, L, sorry, Let's not do HL. There's not. It's rare you'll have HL. No, right? So you have 1, 2, 3. What is this, right? L and P. Let's use P. So if you did P, the leg would be a little bit longer, excuse me, on the bottom than on the top. Anyways, tired. I'm just going over an Irish kite. There's just a lot of connections to all the numbers, to student, to the game of craps. Where the 3 and 6? The 3 and 6 are found twice. The 4 and the 5, they're found twice. The 11 student is 63. The sun is 54, and it says love inside the word. Love is a word. Love is a word. Is 2 letters reversed. That's it. It's very rare to get a word with 2 letters reversed. And what I mean by that is the I is the opposite of the R. Well, the L is opposite of the O, and the V is opposite of the E. So if you take 2 letters like let's say L-O-V-E, L-O and V-E, it's only 2-letter reverse. It's only 4 letters equals 54. So it's worth half with 4 letters, or each letter is worth double, whichever way you want. Anyways, and there's other reverse letters, B, B-Y, B-C. Hold on, I'm just thinking C. But there's also in-between letters. I, R, there's only 2. There's no in-between between I and R. No other 2. And I think the other 2 letters that have to go together is F and I think U, which is 3 and 6. Because it is F and U, 3 and 6, that will create what is I and R. And that is the 6th letter and the 21st letter. And why I say that is because it has to be its own reverse alphabet, that U is the invert to F, and that is 36. Are there any other 36s? Guess what? Yes, there are. The F-O-X, in fact, it's Fox 45 TC. The initials are TC, 3 and 20. It's, anyways, let's just not, I shouldn't have got into there. 20 is, C is your creation, and your T is your gate, is your, in the house of bait. They use it in gematria as the 7th letter. So you have Fox, and you have Fox, and you have clue. And it's funny that foxes are cunning, and they'll find out the clue. But clue equals to what is 33, 36. So inside the word, inverted word of what is Fox, clue, 3 and 6, you now have also the relationship to what is total of 81, which is Venus, as well as Fox, the creation of the sun. 6 and 3 happens twice, to where there's 3 dots and 6 void, to where there's 6 dots and 3 void, to where there's 5 void and 4 dots, to where there's 4 dots and 5 void. And when you have that, you have one opposite of what is 6 to what is 3 and 6 void. Am I getting you confused? Let me show you. There's 3 dots here, but its face of the calculator shows me 9 numbers. Rubik's Cube shows me 9. The ATM, so I'm going by the same rules in logic. 9. So if there's 3 dots, there's 6 missing. The opposite of the 3 is 4. So if there's 6 dots, there's 3 missing. The opposite of that is the 1 and the 8 void. You're telling 2 stories every time something happens. If the dice is up, if the dice is this way, if the dice is this way. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 6 up, because if it's 1 up, I'm going to tell you a total of 15. There's 14 around if you count them, not penetration. This up is going to equal to the separation of what is 16. But if the 6 is up, it'll be 20, the house of bait. If the 4 is up, okay, you're going to have 17, to where the 3 is up, okay, and there's 4 missing. There's the 3 is up, 4 are missing. The 3 is up. No, the 3 is up, 4 are missing. The 4 is up, 3 are missing. So that would be where 17, Q, and R come in. That is where your gateway 7 and 8 came in. And the reason for that, 7 and 8, because 7 and 8 are prevalent right over here, where there's 8 voided areas all outside what is the core. and to what is inside the core. The seventh area inside the house of bait. This is plane to heavens inside here, controlled by Bet. Now Bet, is she this way or is she this way? Which way is she? You want to help out the channel? No problem. Get in touch with me. My email's up there somewhere. Ask me, say something to me. Pens, paper that I like to go out, and all the paraphernalia, and to keep me at home grinding away so that we can all be teaching each other the truth inside what I call the world of education. Thank you for watching. School, entertainment purposes only. But when you do play a game, you learn the game for its truth, and then you decide on whether or not this is fiction